Welcome to the Car Guys, and welcome to this special episode where we react to your best cars, the best cars you have ever owned. We put out a call to you on YouTube and Instagram to find out the best cars that you have ever owned, the best from your collection, the one that's got the most misty-eyed memory.
And what could be better as a Christmas special than me and the big lad having a bit of bants about the cars that you love and own.
In front of a roaring fire here at the Half Moon at Kirdford.
Amazing. Crack open the port, deck those halls, let's have it.
So this week what we are doing is we are going to look at the best cars that you have ever owned. You've already seen our garage, you know all about our car histories, some better than others. But this week we wanted you to send us the cars, the best cars that you have ever owned, and we are going to react to them and comment on them live right now with no preparation. We are at the Half Moon in Kirdford. We have a roaring fire, we've got a Christmas tree, we've got Jason's special trainers, and before we kick off with your cars, some thanks. First of all, thank you for watching this episode, and in fact watching all the episodes this year, and hopefully subscribing if you've been good enough to do so.
Please subscribe, for God's sake, what's the matter with you? I want to say a special thank you to Lucas and the chaps down at the Octane Collection who have hosted us many times this year. It's been a difficult year again. And
also big thanks to all of you who have lent us cars during the year. We've had some very special drives in 2021, and largely that's been down to the generosity of some of you pushing their cars forward. Remember, if you want us to drive your cars in 2022, just get in touch, let us know where you are in the country, let us know all about the car, and who knows, you could find a Car Guys episode about your car coming soon.
The great thing about being a car person is that everybody has completely different tastes. And this is just amazing, the amount of cars that we've had sent in, and it is the entire spectrum of car ownership.
Okay, let's crack on and get on to your car. And we should stress also that Jason has not seen any of these cars. I've seen them just in preparing it for us to watch here, but really for both of us this is going to be our genuine reactions to your cars. First up then, this is an Alfa Romeo 147 Monza, and this is from Aaron.
I love the 147, that grid at the front is absolutely spot on. Yeah, it's a great looking car. They did some very interesting things with the 147 as well. There was a couple of special models, not just the Monza, there was a couple of other ones that were out there that were really, really good. Yeah, top car, Aaron.
This is the Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio.
Well, as we know that we love this car, this is one of our standout moments from this year, personally.
And we know how to pronounce it now as well, thanks to you.
Quadrifoglio?
Folio. For God's sake, let's not go back down there. Jesus. Quadrifoglio.
Quadrifoglio.
The G is silent.
I would love to have one of these if I, could get away with owning 4 seats. Brilliant. A nice red caliper touch there as well, I noticed. Very, very sneaky.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Carrying on the Alfa love. This is a 156.
Oh, 156.
Yeah, which again, it's a lovely car. For me though, I don't know, I don't like them in silver quite as much. But
I think silver's a bit tame. My dad had one of these for about 400 years. Basically replaced, it was a bit like Trigger's Brew because it's an Alfa, right? So literally thing broke and fell apart. But yeah, it had it for a very, very, very long time.
I think I prefer 166, that sort of slightly larger one. But it's still a nice car overall. But then what about this one? This is actually a Giulio Veloce one,
This is the normal one.
Yeah.
This is a bit controversial. I actually I think that maybe this looks a little bit better.
You think this looks better than the Quadrifoglio?
Well, it's just a bit more subtle.
This is a car we drove this year actually.
Yeah.
This is Matthew Oates' Alpine A110. We're big fans of this car. We drove it this year.
I wasn't expecting it you know, being French to be that good, but actually it really was that good.
Now, what we got here, this is a DB11 Aston Martin Volante.
A convertible DB11.
This is from SANJ. It's a convertible Aston Martin, black, quite
Now,
snazzy wheels on it.
I have real issue with these Astons because they're literally just Mercedes in a dress. Don't get me wrong, the 11 is a particularly good looking car. I love the way it looks, it's very swoopy.
Now we're talking. Nick Elworthy has got the Aston Martin DBS. Look at that.
It's a very, very handsome car,
It's
isn't
a
it?
pretty car. Thumbs up from me on that one. I mean, that is the full fat, fantastic Aston Martin. You should be very proud of yourself there, Nick.
Yeah, you've done well there, my son.
Now, Alex has been a bit of a show-off here because he's showing two of his favourite cars that he's ever owned. They are both...
I thought we said one.
We did say one. We did say one. But some people in the list, some people did send us multiple entries. And in some cases, I sort of narrowed that down. But Alex here has kind of shafted me because he's put them both in the picture and just give me one picture. We're going to go here for the Aston Martin GT8.
Now, we drove this car by a Car Guys viewer let us drive his GT8 and the GT12, which was frankly ludicrous. Yeah, I preferred the 8 to the 12 because it was a bit more managing and a bit more fun.
What's good about Alex's ones here is they're kind of matching spec.
He's gone matchy-matchy,
He's got black
he?
and he's got orange highlights,
Yeah.
which is really super cool on the McLaren 675 LT, and it also works really well on the GT8. So you are a lucky boy, Alex,
Well done,
because
Alex.
you're sitting here watching this episode and you've got those two cars in the garage, perhaps two of the finest cars that you can buy, and pretty much anyone, I think, would be happy opening the garage and seeing them two in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Continuing the Aston love, this is actually a car that I have owned in the past and I did love it. We are talking about the V8 Vantage, and this one is owned by David Ashworth. Check that out, look at it.
I mean, again, a gorgeous looking car. I've driven one. That's all I'm going to say.
I've owned one, makes one of the most unearthly sounds of any mechanical device. I just
That's
think...
because it's falling apart.
No, that's not true.
Stuff, this literally the prop was rattling around. That's the reason why it made that noise.
To my mind, this is one of the most beautiful Aston Martins because of its size. It's a very small car, perfectly proportioned. I just absolutely love it. I think that's probably why I like the GT8. I could easily see myself having one of these cars again, perhaps one of the older V12 models, but of course Aston Martin has just announced the V12 version of the new Vantage, and with the V12 engine inside, I think that could be, well, hopefully we're going to get to drive it next year, but hopefully that might even be a Car Guys Garage contender.
Wow.
How
Who'd
about
have
that?
thought?
You heard it here first.
Amazing.
And then we've got another V8 Vantage. This is the 4.3. For me, I would say I'm not sure if the black wheels really do this car justice. I think I prefer it on silvers, but you can't argue with this car. It is gorgeous.
They are absolutely stunning looking things.
The only downside is they cost a lot. If things go wrong, they cost a fortune. This one from Dave Grindley. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
Audi Quattro. This is the 10 valve one.
Dave, you are winning at life, my friend.
It's got Quattro written down the side of the doors.
Look at those gold wheels. They look like BBS alloys from here.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Look
Dave,
at that.
honestly, up until this point, you're now the winner, okay? You're now my #1 favourite right at this point. This is spot on.
From Anthony Marcano, we have an Audi R8 convertible in white. Or as I like to call it, the Iron Man 2.
Well, I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I do. I love it.
Oh, that's
I mean,
good.
maybe I wouldn't have a convertible, but I've got a real thing for the R8 at the moment. I think it's very unloved.
I think you should definitely get one.
Yeah, I'm really getting very close to pushing the button. What do you think, viewers? Should I go for a 10 or an 8?
Well, almost certainly a 10 if you can.
gotta be
And a
manual.
manual.
That's
Mm.
the sweet spot.
Yeah, so I think you've done pretty well there, Tony. He's
Yeah,
actually
nice
he's even called Tony.
He's called Tony.
Come
He's
on.
got-
You've definitely got an Iron Man complex and you've got a Tony Stark complex
Oh,
going
yeah.
on there, which I
Yeah.
heartily approve of.
yes. What is that between the bushes?
This is an Audi RS4 B7 Avant. Danny Paul has got this one. It's in dark grey. It's
Looks like he lives somewhere
exotic.
exotic, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
does look good, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, we like this car.
We do.
It's a good choice. It's quite a thinking man's choice. I think you've got the speed, but you've also got the practicality. I can see why a Car Guys viewer would have this car.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely up for that. I'd have the 6 probably.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger, a bit more space.
We just like having the big one,
We
don't
just
we?
like having the big one.
So it gets more shooters in the back. Now,
Oh,
this...
what is that?
This is... Ryan Gaylard has sent us his SQ8 Audi.
So there's only one reason why you would have this car, is because you've got a big family, you need to get them around.
Or you're selling drugs out the back of it. Bit too aggressive, sort of, for us, really.
It's just
trying too hard.
Yeah, it's like having a 99 with the flake, and then having the strawberry sauce and the sprinkles on top, and then a cherry as well. It's like it's over garnished.
It's either that, or he's got a business called Supercar Detailing, and it's just a sneaky way of getting the branding on the Car Guys.
Yeah,
Could be that.
Yeah, could be
Could be
that.
that. The Humble Audi TT by Terry Fenner, long-term viewer. Terry Fenner often contributes and likes to sort of comment on our videos.
And this is a proper old classic.
Now, I remember the first ones I quite liked, the original sort of shape. I did quite like them, and I've subsequently liked them less and less, even though they got faster and more dynamically capable. To me, the shape has been subverted, and I'm not a fan of the modern ones, but I do have a bit of a soft spot for the very first ones.
Yeah, because it's that kind of retro, nostalgic thing. I don't see the little spoiler on the back that they fitted to them as a recall, because they were incredibly poor handling cars, and they used to spin at the slightest little thing.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, absolutely a thing. Yeah, so then they recalled them, put a little spoiler on the back to stop that from happening at high speed. Wow!
Look at this.
Look at that beast.
So Peter Gilroy, he's a bit of a player, this guy,
Isn't he?
Look at that.
That's a serious piece of kit.
It really is. The interior is probably one of the finest of any car that I've seen.
The question is, Peter, do you drive it or are you driven in it?
And actually, when you consider all the smorgasbord of cars that we've got in this list, it's nice to have a big old smoker like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, respect.
Respect.
Oh, we've got this BMW 330 CI Clubsport from James Martin, who you may know as JM on Cars. I mean, this is a proper bit of kit, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, it's really, I love I actually prefer the way that this car looks to the E46 M3, which has got more bulbs and stuff in it. This is a much cleaner looking car.
Yeah.
And it's a Club Sport, so it's slightly lightweight, it's got a bit more suspension.
Then you got this one. This is a 335D.
Now, if this is the lot, which I think is the newer 335, this is a twin turbo diesel. These are seriously quick.
Really?
They are seriously quick. Now, in a straight line fight between this and the M3 at the time, this was actually quicker from 50 to 70 because of all the torques that it has. So, yeah, not bad.
Practicality and speed. And also, the good thing about BMW, one of the things I really like what they did, is that they took the diesel cars, which you think people would go, oh, you know, I've had to get a diesel, but they made them look more sexy than the petrol equivalent. Now this one you're going to like.
Oh, go on.
This is a BMW M3 and E46 that has been converted and is used as
a police truck.
A fire engine response vehicle in London. Look at that.
Now, is that a
fire engine?
No,
Yes,
no, not the fire engine. I'm looking at the wheels on that, and they're not standard wheels.
No, neither is the ride height.
No.
If you wanted a fire engine emergency response over some speed bumps, I'd imagine you're probably going to be in trouble there.
I wonder how much begging and being on your knees you did to get that past the committee when you were suggesting a fire response vehicle.
You've got that car, that stance, which I think is unbelievable.
And you've got blue lights on it.
And blue lights.
I mean,
come on.
Winning.
That is Barry Wakefield, and he
well done,
is... That is an awesome response vehicle.
That is a proper response vehicle. Well done, Baz, I'm loving that.
I love the fact that in theory it's a fast response vehicle, but I bet practically around town it's utterly useless. Yeah, now look at this. This is Driven 34 in a classic YouTuber pose in front of his car.
Yeah. So Driven 34, are you a model for CNA or Burton's? Is that what it is? Because that is a wistfully staring off into the distance pose there, isn't it?
But sitting atop a BMW E30 M3.
One of the greats.
Yeah.
One of the absolute greats.
Yeah, and you know it as well. You know, sending us this, you know we're going to lavish praise on it. One of the best handling cars. I've been around Spa-Francorchamps in one of these, and it was absolutely fantastic. A lovely wedgy shape. Come close to buying them many times. Never actually have.
Well, left-hand drive, pain in the arse.
Yeah.
That is an amazing car, and like you say, he knows it.
He really does, doesn't he? Couldn't have any list without just a standard E46 M3. So this isn't the fire engine spec, but this is a dark blue, quite a lovely one. Doesn't look like it's been messed around with too much.
Looks okay. It's got the 19s on it,
and it seems to be parked next to Rodney Trotter's locker, which is always nice. Tom Norton's put this one in. This is a modern Mini Cooper, 5-door, in a sort of quite a nice grey colour actually. It does suit it quite well. This one's quite nice, quite unusual wheels on it. Again, I'm glad you kind of like it, Tom, and I know that you like your cars. So I'm glad you're enjoying that one, but it's not one that sets my loins afire, I have to say.
No, obviously I've had a couple of Minis, but I prefer the older supercharged versions.
Yes. Speaking of which, we have a Cooper S Works, 2004, in a quite spectacularly beautiful green with a contrasting white roof. This is Glenn Smith, and this is more up my street. Yeah,
had one of these. Yeah, brilliant car. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very capable. Little bit bum clenchy when it starts in the back because it's quite it jumps around quite a lot. But yeah, brilliant car. Good choice, Glenn.
Bob Van Brussel, and it's his GP3 Mini, which he probably thinks is literally the greatest car of all time. But I had it on good authority that maybe they don't drive as well as people thought they were going to.
I would love a GP1.
Yep.
Because, you know, classic supercharged proper piece of kit. There's too many additional. This is again, it's the sprinkles with the cherry and the sauce and the thing going on. There's a bit too much going on.
They've over gilded the lily.
Yeah.
I mean, enormous wing with GP written on it, just in case you don't notice it. Decals down the side. The thing that actually.
Stuck on wheel arches.
Yeah, I appreciate that you love it, Bob. But those stuck-on wheel arches, for me, they're a deal breaker. They are horrendous, aren't they? Look at the one on that rear wheel arch. It's just an enormous piece of plastic. Ruins the shape of the car. I have to say, I'm not a big fan.
Not a fan. But obviously you love it, Bob, so, and that's okay by us.
This one's going to make you squeal with delight.
Go on.
Ready, gentlemen?
Go for it.
Oh, look at that! The BMW Z3 M Coupe, which this is Mike Bragg's, and Jason, you've got quite a close affinity with this car.
Yeah, I had an M Coupe for about 3 years. I blew the engine up in it. I took it on track days. I put the Schnitzer suspension on it. Changed the exhaust. Put a quick shift in it. Yeah, it was a proper car. Are you sure that's the car that he doesn't? The pedal car that's next to it. Are you sure that's not the car that he's?
It could be that. I mean, that to me is a Ferrari 430 pedal car,
which is amazing,
which is quite nice. This one coming up. This is. I had to look this one up. Ready? This is.
What the actual hell is that? This is a joke entry, isn't it?
I think this is a joke entry. Although she does say, in all seriousness, this is the best car that she has ever owned. So
is this a Subaru?
This is Emma Hall. It's not. It is a Daihatsu Karoo.
Oh, what?
A Daihatsu Karoo.
Oh, Karoo.
Yeah, which I've never heard of. It looks, frankly, like a metallic green dishwasher.
I suppose, in the context of being the best car ever, if that's your only and first car, it's going to be, you know, by default your best car ever.
Or if you've had the worst car history ever, then this could easily be your best car.
You probably don't care if it gets stolen, scratched, bashed around,
rolled over, crushed.
She loves it.
Exactly. More power to you.
Well, yeah, you need a lot more power, really, wouldn't you? Let's be honest. A lot. It's probably got 8 powers.
Now we're entering Ferrari territory, and as you can imagine, viewers of the Car Guys, given our penchant for Ferraris, there's a lot of Ferrari owners in our viewers.
Okay.
So we've got quite a lot to get through here.
Okay.
This one here is Matty. Okay, and this is a 360.
Do we have a lot of 360s in there?
We've got a few. Okay. This is the classic pose. He's parked it in front of the Goodwood sign, which I did recently with my Pista, I think. Well, it doesn't look like Rosso Corsa in
it's
that
not,
light.
Is it? It's more metallic-y, darker.
Yeah. The 360, not really favoured that much at the time. They've gone through a period of being universally hated, just like the Porsche 996, 911. Everyone hated them, but it's come all the way around, and actually the 360 looks like a fabulous car now. This is a 360 manual, and what I'd like to draw your attention to, Mr. Jason, is that it is not only in probably Tour de France blue, but it's got tan leather and it's got the special seats as well.
That's winning. Those wheels don't look standard either. They look like Challenge Stradale.
They do, actually. This is a 360 Spyder, so this is from the Spirit of Racing. He sent this in, and what's nice about this is that the theming of it, which I think was done at TaylorMade, is based around a Michele Alboreto sort of racing theme. Yeah, which I think is fantastic, and obviously he's had some semi-professional photos taken of his pride and joy. We've got this one. This is a 430 Scuderia. Obviously he takes it out on a track, so he's loving that, but you know, the Scuderia is the one that got away in terms of the car guy's garage. I've never had one. It is the car I probably should have. And then you got this 430 Scuderia in bright yellow. So this is Tim Tursunov, and looks amazing.
It does,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm loving that in yellow.
So it's good to see amongst Car Guys viewers that we've got a brace of Scuderias in there.
Yeah, well done.
Very good.
Well done.
No one could mistake this. This is a 458 Italia.
458 Italia.
Yeah.
And he's a YouTube chap, is he?
I don't know for sure, but he's got a YouTube pose.
He has got a YouTube pose. If I were in the market for any Ferrari, and that includes current ones, that would be the one that I would buy, 100%.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Then we got another. There's another. That's a 458 again. Ben Clinch's 458. Louis Flory has sent this picture in. I think a little bit of a show off going on here. This is a Pista Spyder and a 458 Speciale Aperta. Honestly, what flash gits own both of those, eh?
Honestly.
Oh, outrageous.
Terrible.
So he's actually chosen out of the two, and I think I agree with you there, Louis. He's chosen the 458 Speciale Aperta as being the greater of the two.
Thank God for that. I was a bit worried there. Thought we were going to go down some Pista rabbit hole and I was going to have to moan about the steering again.
But you can see here, a very, very individual colour scheme and choice. White car, black and red stripe, and then a full red interior.
I just have one question. Did the lights go out at the configurator when you did it? I'm just a bit... Come on, it's individual. You want to stand out. Well, I mean, individual is certainly individual. If it were me, and I'm not known for my, individuality in any way, shape, or form. Knowing that I was getting both cars, I would have spec'd the Pista opposite.
Yeah, it's not quite opposite, is it?
I would have gone red.
Actually, you could say it's opposite. It's red on the outside.
Yeah, but it's not got a white interior.
Oh yeah, well, no, who's going to want a white interior? I mean, that would just be
Some
crazy.
people do.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
See what I mean?
If you really properly, fully committed.
If you were fully committed, and clearly this chap is fully committed, I would have gone white interior, absolutely.
And then we've got the classic 458 Speciale, which again is in a very good colour scheme. That's sort of Rosso Corsa by the look of it, with a Nart stripe, so a classic
black
look.
wheels though.
Yeah, again,
got gold wheels.
Again, black wheels.
Who is this young man?
This is Justin Tipton.
Justin, I love your choice of car. Please take those wheels off, get them sprayed gold.
And also for me, I've never been a fan of making the little winglet on the back carbon fibre. I prefer that. Personally, I prefer that body coloured, but This 458 Speciale, gold stripe, red, gold wheels.
Gold wheels winning. Gold wheels winning.
Yeah, not quite my cup of tea, I'd have to say, but I do like the way that he's gone for it and matched the golds.
Yeah.
And let's face it, 458 Speciale, one of the all-time great cars, and forever will be. 458 Spyder, white, red interior.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of red interiors. I don't really like them, but
no.
Perfect, great car, lovely. That pearlescent white, same as your one. Great colour.
Yeah, I think I love a white Ferrari. I'm not sure whether I'd want to sit in what looks like the inside of a lung. Now this...
Oh, we're on to the big boys now,
This is proper lovely spec.
This is Iron Man spec.
This is Tony. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah.
So Tony has created an Iron Man colour spec car.
Yeah, basically. I think probably Rosso Fuoco. He's got the gold wheels.
Yeah.
He's got the silver and black stripe on it, full on.
He's got a number 7 on the side.
Yeah, exactly. This is cool. I think.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is proper Iron Man spec. Loving that.
Well done,
Loving
Tony.
that.
You're loving that. This is a pista, which you think, oh, not another pista, but very rarely all black.
No stripe on it.
No stripe, all black.
Black, everything.
Yeah, apart from
Slight
the
bit of red on the wheel caps there. But
yeah. I think it looks fabulous.
yeah, it does look fabulous.
Yeah.
Very subtle.
Yeah, real stealth machine. If only Ferrari would allow you to like change the Ferrari badge to like carbon fibre or something cool, you know. That would be a metal, or a dark version. Then we got this one. What about that?
That's nice. Isn't
So
it?
this is a 488 Spyder. Daniel Reed. I mean, he's obviously in Bath, I would say, from that shop. Maybe Bristol, but
Yep.
I'm going to go for Bath. Beautiful blue, yellow calipers. Yeah.
Silver wheels, very subtle, very
Classy.
nice.
Classy car. What about that?
Oh.
599 GTB
Wow.
in green. Look at that.
That's a very, very brave choice.
Yeah, green and tan.
You see, green and tan is such a classic.
You don't see it very often, do you?
Nice though.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
He's got yellow shields, he's got yellow brake calipers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think yes. I think you've done very well there.
We've not had a 599 on the channel.
Yeah, true. Well, we've got a 599 GTO coming next year.
Oh.
We are going to be doing that.
Oh.
There's an exclusive for you. That is a brand new Ferrari F8 Tributo.
Is it?
Yeah, don't see many of them. We haven't driven one of those. Classic combination.
It drives exactly the same as the 488.
I would imagine so. Well, same as the 488 Pista. It's in resale red, so it's very much a safe,
Resale red.
safe spec. But yeah, very nice car, I think. This was sent in by Mark Buckman. This is in the United States of America. And what Mark said in his message was, he knows that we don't really like the Ferrari Portofino that much, but what about mine, eh? And yeah, I still don't like it very much, Mark, really.
But you've done a nice job of styling it though. I quite like the white with the stripe, and from this distance,
Yeah.
it looks a little bit like a Jag.
Well, the thing is, when I first saw it, it looks to me like a NASCAR safety car or pace car. It's got high-flow sports cats,
Right.
a Novitec ECU tune, lowered springs, and HRE wheels. Still not one for me, I'm afraid, Mark. This is from DR. We've got the 458 Speciale in grey there at the front with a nice
Very
stripe
nice,
on it. It's
very
actually
nice,
very,
very
very
nice.
classy. Different wheels, not seen those before. And then I'm not sure if this is yours as well, but he's also got an 812 Superfast with a very vivid
I like that
colour
blue.
scheme. Yeah, and if you look here, the next one comes through, the
Again,
same blue.
with a very similar stripe in it as well. And
Yeah.
This is
The Lucky Man has sent this one in, and this is a real sort of showstopper, isn't it? Really nice. How do you think that blue would look on a 812 Competizione?
very, very good.
How about that?
Oh,
Any Ferrari section?
I was sitting here. I'm getting more and more despondent. We'd been through the Ferrari section. There was no 355s in there. I was beginning to wonder why we even bother turning up every week. But now,
Thankfully,
literally, the world is a better place.
Gavister has shown us his 355 Spyder, which is exactly the same as my one. Rosso Corsa, cream leather,
Perfect. Look
really
at that.
nice.
Beautiful,
He's even bothered to put the tonneau cover on, which I never do. So well done to you. But yeah, an awesome car, isn't it? I really
Oh.
should drive that some more.
Yeah, we should
Really should. Yeah. But check this out. Hey, baller alert! Baller alert!
Oh my
it's a
God.
512 BB silver two-tone. Wow,
That is amazing. I don't even think I've ever seen one in.
it's good, isn't it?
That is incredible.
Yeah. And let me just zoom in on this picture. That's the Gumball Rally.
Oh,
But
and
what's
the
this?
Cannonball Run poster on the wall.
Kind of extra points.
Oh, you just knew that we'd love that. Oh, now we're getting
James
into
Cole,
proper.
who is a man of taste
Yes, you
and
are,
sophistication, he has sent us this beautiful 1971 Fiat 500.
Of which I have one myself.
Yep, exactly.
Fantastic. Every time you drive it, you're just laughing your heart out. Yes, you are winning,
It's
sir.
beautiful.
You're winning.
It's a beautiful car. No evil men could drive that car.
No, you can't drive it cross either, which is another great thing.
Now we got a heavy hitter coming up.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're going.
Boom!
Oh, boom.
This is the GT Dreamer. Now he is a big Car Guys fan. He lives in Florida, and he said anytime we're in Florida, we can come over and drive his cars, for which we very much appreciate. And hopefully,
What's that?
2022.
2030?
Yeah, hopefully by 2030, this will all have blown over. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can no doubt see, is the new Ford GT,
Ford GT.
in Golf colours.
Well, he's winning, isn't he?
Look at that.
Look at him. And look at the way he's leaning up against the car there. He knows he's winning.
He knows
right?
it, doesn't he?
He's like, he doesn't need us to validate his win. He's just like, I already know I'm winning.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That is superb.
Superb.
He's got a YouTube channel actually, so you can check it out and see the rest of his collection. Another one that I think you might like.
Go on then. Show it. Oh, look at that.
Essex spec, full on white Ford Escort Mark III XR3i convertible. Look at that. Mark Jones has sent this in.
Mark Jones. Wow.
Look at it.
I mean, it's just classic. It's
Come
a classic Essex. That it's white on white with more white.
Yeah.
I mean, when that car was new, when you bought it from the dealership, what happened was, you know, occasionally, normally you get flowers when you buy a new car for the wife or the girlfriend or the husband or the partner.
I've seen that happen.
With these cars, in particular, if you'd spec'd it with white wheels, white body with a white roof, you would you'd actually get a purple shell suit and a pair of white stilettos in a little Ford carry-on bag for your ride up. Yeah, that's what you would get.
Wow. You can see the telltale way that the soft roof doesn't really fit that well on the A-pillar. Oh. It's ticking all the boxes. Yeah, I really like the Go Faster graduation on the doors as well. Yeah, I mean, as a car, I mean, not so great to drive really, but as a statement, yes, we're with you. We are with you, Mark. This one might make Jason emit a little bit of man-wee. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Oh! We have a new winner, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new first place.
A Focus RS rally car.
Oh God, I want that so much.
This is sent to us by Challenge the Road.
If ever you're thinking of selling Challenge the Road, then, you know, please just...
Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. And may I draw your attention to the names on the rear window?
McRae.
Grist and McRae. I mean, goodness me.
That is a tarmac spec Ford Focus rally car. Oh!
Royalty, frankly.
My God, that is amazing.
Do you need a moment?
I would cut off various different bits of Damien to buy that.
And there's a lot of meat to cut off.
Yeah, that is proper special.
I thought you'd like that.
That is the new, that's top of the leaderboard for me now.
Yeah.
God, I'd love that car.
Phenomenal. And then we've got this one. This is from Australia. So this one's been sent in by Varanga. This is a sort of Honda Integra R type thing. Nice. A little bit of flavour of Fast and the Furious going on there.
Yeah, loving that.
Nice little one. Then you got this one. This is Marty Masterman, and of course a Honda NSX pop-up lights in purple.
We love the NSX, don't we?
Beautiful.
We really do.
Beautiful car. A very classy entry here. This is Richard E. Carter, and it is obviously a E-Type Jaguar, and it is in dark blue with a red interior, which is quite fantastic.
Yeah, that is a very, very good looking car.
Richard actually sent in about 5 cars.
Did he? Richard, come on.
And I picked this one because it's by far the classiest. And then we go from this Ultimate Classic to this Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. I like the fact it's in green with gold wheels and a red interior. So I am loving the outrageousness of the spec, and actually of the SVJs that I've seen, that's probably my favourite. But I sense you're disagreeing with me.
Well, I've never driven one, but I'm tainted by everyone saying that the Aventador is a pile of crap, and to drive one is just a completely horrible experience. Now, clearly he loves his. So
if you want Jason to change his mind, Giles, then by all means throw us the keys to this and we will happily take it out for a drive. This is the only Lamborghini that's been sent in to us.
So now that tells you something.
That tells you something about the car guys' audience. They don't seem to be
Lamborghini
people. Not sure what that says. This, my friend, is a Lister.
Wow.
Not quite sure which one. Maybe a Storm, possibly.
Best car you've ever owned?
Yeah.
Or did you just think, I'm bound to get on it if I put the Lister in?
I think that's what it is. It's more like that. It's more like, I don't think anyone...
The dampness on the floor, is that just oil that's seeping out of it?
Definitely. Some kind of fluid. Brake, antifreeze, or engine oil. It's going to be one of those. I mean, obviously...
I mean, what a car though.
I agree with you. I think this is a sort of like trying to shock us into getting the car on the list. But, you know, more power to you. It's worked. And from this Lister to this Lister, Have you ever seen one of these before?
No, that's just a Q5.
This is a Lister Stealth. So this is what they are currently making, that company.
So, right, hang on a minute. So that's not a car that they make, though, is it? That's a...
It looks like a car that they...
This is a Mercedes?
Vettel. It is a Mercedes, isn't it? Because look, can you see? Yeah, I think...
This is a Mercedes GLE?
But
or GL something?
It's now been changed into a Lister Stealth.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No,
not sure with you. I like the yellow, but I think, to be honest, I'd rather go for an Urus.
I think you've probably just been on the crack pipe too long.
John Bailey.
No, I'm out.
Come on.
I'm out.
Lotus Elise.
No.
Gold wheels. Look at it.
No.
I think it looks fabulous, John. What about this one?
No.
This is an Exige 350.
I'm sure it is.
Wow, grey, carbon
yeah.
bits. But Jason, I sense not feeling the Lotus love.
Oh, I'm just fed up.
What about that one? Beautiful metallic blue Exige S V6. That's from Alexander Egger.
No.
Working for you? No?
No.
Okay. What about this then? Now that, my little chicken,
You've had one of these.
Exactly. It's a Maserati Grand Sport, which I've also owned, and I have to say, I flipping loved it.
You did love it,
was
didn't you?
such a beautiful car. It made the greatest V8 noise. It had bulges and birdcage sort of front grille, and oh, it was so lovely. Blue dials. I just absolutely loved it. This is from Lucas Ruaro Zanchet. This is definitely a connoisseur's choice. Not many people know that much about Grand Sports, but it's basically the hot version of the 4200 Maserati. More beefed up, looks sexier, a little bit faster. Let down by the gearbox, which was one of those paddle shift, early chocolate paddle shift gearbox. Yeah. But a fabulous, fabulous car. Adam Sarth from Australia, as you can tell by the prominent landmarks.
Yes.
This is an original MX-5, and it looks like it's in dark green. Yeah,
classy.
I mean, fabulous.
Very classy.
I could easily get one of these. Now we've got this.
Wow.
See? We're fully into the Fast and Furious section.
Aren't we?
This is an RX-8.
That's got some wing on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's a proper body kit on there as well.
Exactly.
Wow.
This is Luke Waring, and this is a fabulous, full-on Fast and Furious Mazda RX-8.
Luke, let me ask you a question. Have you got running neons underneath? I bet you have, haven't you? I bet you have. That is proper, and there's some very nice countryside there as well. That looks very Evo Triangle.
Looks very Wales, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now we're into some McLarens. Of course, you'd expect Car Guys viewers to have some McLarens because, you know, there are particularly good ones around. This is a 600 LT that's been artily photographed. It's in blue, and this one is owned by Let's Go Mr. Driver, who is very, very active on social media. This is probably one of the greatest cars they've made, apart from
the 675.
The 675.
Interesting.
But it had a very interesting birth because they launched it
hyped.
Everyone
massively
hyped. Everyone thought they were limited, but they weren't. But actually, because of how many they made, it actually is. So there's not many 600 LTs out there. It's a lot rarer than you think. There were enormous discounts on these cars when they first came out.
They were sitting around in dealerships like you wouldn't believe. There was some dealerships had 4 or 5 of them just sitting there.
50 grand off, 70 grand off.
Oh, they were so, yeah.
Yeah, this market was decimated. Very few of these cars on the list, in fact, just this one. Now we're, of course, sailing quite confidently into the 675 LT section. We're going to start off with the 650S. This is the only 650S on the list. This is Mohammed, and he has got a beautiful orange one.
Loving the orange.
That's loving that. And then right on from that, you can start to see now 675 LT in silver with a bit of MSO action being done on it, and that is that.
Oh, yeah, he's got a roof scoop.
Got a roof scoop on it.
Loving the roof scoop.
A phenomenally expensive £40,000 to £70,000 option.
A great picture as well. I just, you know that film with
Austin Powers?
The Austin Powers. I wonder if is that what's happening here.
This is a classic Austin Powers moment. Look at that. And then we've got this one, Napier type green, is it, or some kind of variant? This is a very, very bright car. This is from Longtail Living, so he is fully
not my choice. It's a bit too
green.
Yeah, it's a bit
too
green.
much. And then we've also got a lovely orange car there sat in front of some very nice garages. If you've got a 675 LT, which you know many of the people watching this channel do because you have great taste, this is one of the great cars. It offers a driving experience like no other. It is an undisputed classic. So if you've got one of these, yeah, you are winning. Yeah, you are doing very well. And then actually, this is the only one on this list. Again, quite surprising, but we've got Jonathan Staso's 765 LT.
Oh, a 765.
Yeah, in white. So a very brave choice, but again, a very awesome car. We've not driven one of these.
No.
McLaren has seen fit to not allow us to have one of these yet, but who knows in the future. But you know, incredibly capable car.
Classic old C63. One of our mutual friends had one of these.
Yeah, a red one.
A red one. The downside to this is that when it comes up behind you, it just looks like a normal C-Class diesel.
Yep.
So people don't actually know what it is. And the other downside is that, particularly where I live, a few of them have been had the exhaust put through straight through. Young 20-year-old gentlemen, and they make a complete racket, but they also make you look like a tit.
Yeah, yeah. The tit factor can be high.
Yes.
Then we got this one. Again, this is the GTR Mercedes. So in bright yellow. I think maybe solar yellow they call this.
Yeah, this is
lovely car. I've never owned one. I've never even wanted to own one, strangely, but very capable, very desirable Mercedes.
Apparently.
I'm surprised that you haven't been into this sort of car. Is that not something for you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not a big fan.
This is a SL400, so a bit of a relaxed cruiser here from Alan. This is his favourite car that he's ever owned.
I'm loving that spec as well. That's a very nice blue.
Yeah, dark blue with a sort of cream spec on it. I think that's a very gentlemanly car.
Very gentleman car.
I could see you cruising all the way down the Dordogne in this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice, that one.
Yeah, I'm good for that. Oh, Mini, hello.
Classic Mini. This is an awesome thing. This is Andy Sharkey's, and I'm glad one of these is on the list. Frankly.
Yeah, 100%.
How about this?
Oh, good lord.
So Mitsubishi Evo. I think it's a 6.
6.
You say it's a 6?
Edition.
This is Ashley Templeman. There's a lot of white going on, so obviously Jason's properly down with this. You can see this rumbling down through South End, no problem. It looks a little bit low at the back, perhaps lower than it should.
Yeah, there's one of these about to come up on Collecting Cars.
Is there?
Site. Yes. Mustang.
The only Mustang on the list, Mustang GT. This is James Hanra 87.
See, I like a Mustang GT.
You do.
I do.
It's not my cup of tea at all. I've never had one. We did drive that Super Snake thing.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was a good car, but yeah, more you, I'd say.
Yeah, I do like a GT.
How about that for a bit of Japanese shock and awe? Nissan GTR in quite a fetching livery. Very Gran Turismo.
There's quite a lot of badging on that, isn't there? I mean, if you were under any illusions about what that car was.
Oh, what is it?
What do you think it is? Dad, can you tell me what that car is? That one's running quite a large wing on it.
He has, hasn't he? He's got a wing, he's got a maximum attack wing for those mountain roads that he's clearly on. This is Ollie has sent this one in. It's the only one on the list.
Is it?
I almost bought a GTR, came very close, but they would not give me a good trade-in price for my Aston Martin V8 Vantage, so I never ended up buying one. So more fool you, haha, Nissan. Then we've got another interesting choice.
A Noble.
That's right, the MC12 Noble in a lovely dark blue, parked under a lovely tree, sent to us by LH. The only one on the list, but anyone that's driven one of these knows that they are a very sweet thing indeed. Now this is a good looking car. This is the 911 50th anniversary.
That is a good looking car.
Yeah, it's got those lovely wheels on it. It's got very beautiful interior, very retro style, almost like the 911R interior. Discreet badging. This one's by Craig Varty, who's the guy that we went on the 718 Spyder event with, where we got together 4 million quid's worth of Spyders. This is a gentleman's car. It is a connoisseur's car.
I love the colour scheme.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, total future classic, absolutely wonderful vehicle. Here we go. This is a 991.2 GT3 in Voodoo Blue.
Voodoo Blue, wow.
I almost bought an RS in Voodoo Blue. blue. It's a great colour. That's a good looking vehicle.
That would be the GT3 that I would buy. Would be the 991.2. I think they are just wonderful.
Yeah.
When you sit in it, you just feel like this is a perfect car.
And then we've got this. This is a brand new 992 Turbo
It's
S.
like a brand new baby as well.
Yeah, got baby on the top. That's optional, but obviously because it's Porsche, probably costs about 1,200 quid. It's from Ralph Fonseca, and he's very proud of this car because he sent me about 20 pictures of it.
Well done, Ralph. Yeah, you clearly are loving that.
And then this one,
classic.
as you can see, a classic, a 993 911 C2S. This is from
Perfect one.
Juan e Alva. And yeah, I mean, you can't get better than this. We've got this one. This is a C4S. This one I think is in maybe Singapore, something like that. It's from Lim David Suyang. And again, a classy car, the right sort of car to have. I think when you get to a certain age, you come back and you really reappreciate the 993, as Brooke Major has done with this vivid 993 Turbo.
That is a lovely looking car.
It's good, isn't it?
Is that car's red or?
It could be. It's super fast,
Yeah.
four-wheel drive. Just an absolute classic. I would go for the Turbo S, which is very rare and unfortunately very expensive. Bang up to date with a brand new
one.
probably shark blue. They all seem to be in shark blue. 992 GT3. That is the pride and joy of Carl Beatty. Just congratulations for getting on the list, I suppose.
Yeah, amazing.
How many McCanns did you have to buy to get it?
Oh God.
That's probably the real question, isn't it? And I'm quite a big fan of this. This is
look at that.
SC
in
red.
Look at that whale tail on there.
Look at that.
I mean, that is proper red braces spec.
Full on.
Isn't it? 80s stockbroker Porsche.
Yeah.
Like that. Guards red, whale tail.
And it's owned by John Paul, presumably John Paul II, the former Pope.
Oh, is that a Carrera GT?
I think it is. This is JJ Toys Games' Carrera GT.
It looks like his mates have got Carrera GTs
It
as
does,
well,
doesn't it? It looks like they've got
There's
a club.
3 of them there. Now, we drove one of these fairly recently. Go back and have a look at the video if you've not already gone and looked at it.
Yep. Check to see if you recognise this one.
Oh, is that TGE's?
This is a certain Tom Exton's Carrera GT. So there you go. I mean, come on. It's just class all the way, just like you, Tom. This is Eddie's GT4. Amazingly, the only one that someone sent in. I'm quite surprised. I thought there'd be a lot more of these.
I thought there was a lot of love for the GT4.
Red, fantastic. Look at that spec. I mean,
The stance of that car is just wonderful. Look at it. I mean, that's properly purposeful. I really would love to have a go of a GT4. I think they would. I think there's properly decent bit of kit that.
Yeah, this is actually Lucas's GT3 Touring 992 in dark green.
Really?
Yeah, in a sort of oak green, metallic green. Look
Looks
at that.
like it with its pre-delivery stripes on it too.
Lucky, lucky, lucky boy.
Wow, you are a very lucky boy. Come on then, how many Cayennes have you got?
And then speaking of cars you had to buy to get your GT car, this is Paul Cooper's McCann GTS.
Oh yeah, see now we're back into the thick of it. We're back into hot hatch land.
Clio 220 Trophy.
Wow, I mean look at that thing. Looks amazing. We have another one of our mutual friends had one of these for ages. Absolutely thrashed the living whatsits out of it.
Yep.
Loved every second of it.
And the car loved it too.
Yes.
Bet you never expected to see this.
I did not.
This is Pieter van der Veer, one of the greatest names of any car guy viewer, and this is his Rover P5.
P5, wow.
As you can see, it's not in a great state.
That's pre-restoration, surely.
It is pre-restoration and he is restoring it.
Wow.
So this will look incredible in, I don't know, about 5 years' time.
Or if you're me, 50 years' time.
Oh, yes.
yes.
Oh, yes. Saab 900 Turbo S. You had me at Saab, quite frankly, Martin.
Look at that thing. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at the wheels on it.
Yeah. I mean, that is the wheels. That is the car. I am obsessed with that.
You are, aren't you?
That, look at the shape. The long bonnet, the raked back. I just absolutely love it.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh,
Why did you not buy? I've sent you millions of these things. You've never ever bought one.
because they're always like super high mileage. So
Of course they are, because people love them.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is brilliant. This may be my favourite out of all of them, actually. So,
I think this is definitely your favourite.
now this one is going to make Jason emit some fluid.
Oh, go
Are
on.
we ready?
Yeah, go on.
Are we standing back?
Right, that. Oh,
Oh yes.
Subaru Impreza Turbo
P1. It's a P1, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know about the P1, look it up. It is
the
most special Subaru Impreza Turbo.
What makes it special is it was built by ProDrive, and it's the English version. So you would get WRXs, STIs,
yep,
you would get RAs, so the lightweight versions. You would get all of those. They're all Jack only. And then we got the P1.
Yeah.
Wow. These things go for so much money now.
Yeah, and to be honest, this is the one I would have. I know a lot of people would go for the
RB5.
Yeah, exactly. They go for
but
the
they're
22s.
4-door. You want the 22B is this body, but wider arches.
Yeah.
So 22B is the one to have. That's the proper top of the. That's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
This is kind of next step down.
This is from Nick, and Nick.
Oh, bravo, my friends, bravo.
This is fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classic Mark 1 MR2.
Yeah, beautiful car, tiny, and I like the two-tone as well.
Yeah, that's nice.
So this is
very 80s.
This has got the words supercharger written on the side, so therefore I assume therefore it's a Jap spec. Yeah, I've always liked them. I had the Mark II, but secretly I've always loved the Mark Is. Now we're into beefy territory. TVR Griffith 500.
Do you think he's patriotic?
I think he might be. This looks like this is a Nigel Farage car, doesn't it? I mean, this is.
He's got 4 Union flags sticking out of the.
Yeah, I can't quite work out which way you voted in the Brexit referendum.
Yeah, what did you?
Not sure.
Edging it there, I think.
Now, I love these cars. I love the proportion. I love the looks of them, the noise. I've come close to buying a 500 quite a few times.
They are. That's the TVR.
A very interesting choice, actually. And then we've got this. This is Drew Evans. Thought that we would be interested to know that the greatest car that he's ever owned so far is a Vauxhall Astra 1.6. I mean, it doesn't look in great shape, I have to say. It's a bit manky, so maybe invest in some car cleaning products. This is Ross McDonald.
It's a Heritage 30.
It's amazing, isn't it? So basically, you've got a Golf GTI and you've got an original Golf GTI. Now, the original one, Ross still owns. He's now sold the modern one. But look at that, together, matching specs. Congratulations, that is awesome. That is absolutely brilliant.
That is proper.
Do I want to own an original Golf GTI? Not really.
No, I don't.
Definitely want to drive one, reacquaint myself what it's like. But I don't. Every time I see one, I smile. Golf GTI Mark V. Philip Ellis sent this in.
Interestingly, this is the sweet spot of Golf GTIs, from what I understand. Everyone says Mark 1 amazing because it's the beginning. Mark 2, everyone was it's a bit lardy, and now suddenly everyone's going, oh, the Mark 2s are all right, and I think that's just because you can't get Mark 1s anymore. And then nothing, right? It was all a bit dodgy. Mark 5 came out, and everyone, oh my God, I can't believe the Mark 5, it's back to where it was with the Mark 1, this is the sweet. And I don't think that's changed since then.
This is Steve Silverback Hodgkinson, and yeah, a very, very cool choice. Very sensible, I think.
Very capable.
At some point in everyone's life, they should have owned a Golf GTI.
And what's that, a latest Mark
this?
8 Golf GTI?
GTI Clubsport.
Oh, so the light one. Nice.
Yeah, so this is Mark Watson's, and you'd look at it and go, oh, it's just a Golf GTI, but no, it's the Clubsport, so it's quite an interesting one.
I like that idea, Mark.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like what you've done there.
And then here we go, look at that. Of course, classic Land Rover. He's taken the sticks off. He's having the time of his life. Look at it.
The only thing that would make that picture better is if you'd folded the windscreen down.
Yeah, exactly. Which actually he's going to have trouble because he's got the tyre on the bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful vehicle. Maybe one day we'll take mine out. Maybe 2022 is this year.
Yeah, it could be another.
Yeah. So there you go. That's it. That is an entire special episode dedicated to your best cars ever.
I'm reinvigorated by our viewers' eclectic choice in cars. It's not just all Ferraris or all Porsches.
Yep.
There's some absolute diamonds in that rough, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the variety is the thing that's the greatest. I mean, you've got low end, you've got hot hatches, you've got supercars, you've got classics, you've got everything in there.
Absolutely love it.
The one thing we can take from this episode, as indeed can you, is that Car Guys viewers have taste.
And you're all bonkers.
And with that, they were gone. Thank you very much for watching this episode. We hope you really enjoyed it. It's a feature-length one. It's a holiday special, but we had a blast making it.
Frankly, I am emotionally exhausted and spent. It's going to take me a long time to get over that. But don't forget to subscribe. Ding that notification bell for when we have another film uploaded. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go to the website and get your merch.
There'll be another episode of The Car Guys next week.